Sorry?
I can kill everyone here. I could fuck up the whole town.
Yeah, my son. I watched him die. They put me in a room with his corpse.
The city of Bundaberg is located in northern Queensland and was voted Australia's rudest town. I decided to travel up to Bundaberg to find out whether the people of this city are really as rude as they're made out to be. And if so, what is the reason for this rude behaviour? One question about Bundaberg. Very nice city apparently. We're doing a Bundaberg video. We're doing a video for YouTube. I want to ask you one quick question. Oh. The guy just said, no, f*** off. What the hell? I want to ask you one quick question. I want to ask you one quick question.
Do it, brother. Great.
Excuse me. Hello. We're just doing a YouTube video. I want to ask you one question for our video. Can't comment on that. Excuse me, sir. We're doing a video about Bundaberg.
No, thanks.
Sorry?
No.
No? Doing a video? Bundaberg? Sorry?
I don't want to be on your video.
Fair enough. All good. Hey, we're doing a video for YouTube. No one wants to be on my video. Bro, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, I don't listen to the Daily Mail much, but for this particular situation, I think I'm going to listen to them. I walk up to people quite respectfully for these interviews, and I never get told to F off. And I've already been told twice in the last 10 minutes. Why aren't you being rude to me right now?
I'm not a rude person.
I thought everyone in Bundaberg was rude.
Majority are.
So you're like 1 in a million, you could say here. Do you think Bundaberg is a rude town?
Disrespectful, rude, arrogant piece of shit, as they say.
There's a very small handful of nice people.
Is he going to be rude to me because he's from Bundaberg?
He's everybody's dog. That's mine. That's Mr. Patch Adams. If it wasn't for that dog, I wouldn't stop and speak to you.
Well, we appreciate the dog.
Yeah, mate, everybody does. He's done more for the head cases in this town than any doctor has.
As soon as you say hello, they go.
Why do you think Bundaberg was rated Australia's rudest city?
Jeez, I don't know.
Because the people around it. Is it because everyone wants to take your missus?
I don't know.
I'd say so. This happened to me. Some fella came to my tent and he's like, oh, I've got a bone to pick with you. And I'm like, what are we sorting out, mate? He didn't even reply. So I was like, no, I'm just sitting here with my misso. Didn't have any clothes on or anything.
You guys just rooted or something, did you?
We did, yeah. It was awesome,
I
man.
haven't rooted in about 2 years, so I'm jealous.
Wow, celibate?
Yeah, semen retention actually.
What's that?
Has something to do with all the substances they like to enjoy.
And there is a drug issue. Town's got the drug issue, unfortunately.
This is like a full crack town. This is a terrible place.
And do people in Bundaberg respect your dress?
They say that you suck dick and shit, you know, but I don't do that.
What's the rudest comment someone's ever said to you?
Are you a dude or a girl? And punch me in the face.
Punch me in the face.
But it's okay. I'm restricted from attacking them back because I can kill everyone here. I could fuck up the whole town, run around all day, stabbing maliciously, put this whole town to a one-day stop. I could fuck people up real bad, but I don't do that. Have a dog dick day.
What have you encountered in Bundaberg?
I don't know if I should be saying it for YouTube, but I was doing a reverse wank with my hand and I fractured my hand.
So what was that? She's like, yeah, I told you so, look. After speaking to the people of Bundaberg and being sworn at on least 2 occasions,
Do it, brother. Great.
our suspicion about this town and what it's known for was slowly becoming true. But I didn't want to come to a conclusion just yet until I put the residents of Bundaberg through a series of 3 tests. Test number 1, would people in Bundaberg let me merge in traffic? Alright, he's nice. Test number 2, would anyone spare $1 for me to get some food after losing my wallet? Just to get an ice cream or anything? And finally, test number 3, if I fell over in a crowded shopping centre, would anyone help me up? It was now time to put Bundaberg to the test. Alright, so we're going to see if the drivers in Bundaberg are truly as rude as the media says they are. I'm going to see if this car will let me through. Blinker on. 1, 2. No, they let me through. Speeds up, no worries. They're quite far away. Let's see if they let me merge. Can you let me? Oh yeah, you let me. It was nice. Good on him. You try and merge here. That was a bit uncalled for.
So I was just wondering if you could get me an ice cream. Oh, that's okay. Like you don't have $1 or anything?
No.
Just to get an ice cream or anything?
No.
I just came here to get some a bit of food, but I forgot my wallet. So I was wondering if you guys had any coins on you or any way you could get me something.
Oh, sorry.
No? Okay. Thank you. If you'd be so kind enough to maybe give me a few dollars to get like a bit of food, maybe an ice cream or something. Oh, thank you so much. That really means a lot. I appreciate it. Actually, we're just doing a little social experiment. There's a bit of a theory about Bundaberg being rude. You guys are very nice, so you guys can change the perception.
After putting Bundaberg to the test, I realized that 44% of the time the people were nice, but for the remaining 66%, the people turned out to be rude. However, I still wasn't convinced that Bundaberg deserved the crown of being Australia's rudest city. I mean, after all, it wasn't a bad percentage, but it made me think that maybe there was something that I was missing until I met this one lady who revealed something about the city that shocked me. You have a PhD, but you're unemployed.
I'm 37, I've got 2 degrees in science, and nobody will look at me twice. My PhD's down in Brisbane. I've been displaced this far north because of the needs of our eldest son.
When you moved to Bundaberg, have you still been finding it hard to get employment here?
We had 4 other children. All of them have special needs. In this town, you'll find that all the disabled children are basically being collected by child safety. They put a lot of pressure on parents if they have disabled kids. They really target them.
So you're saying in Bundaberg, if you have special needs kids, then you're at more of a risk of being unemployed.
They can't handle complex paediatric patients, and they're supposed to transfer to Brisbane, but they don't want to. They don't want anybody to know that they can't provide for the needs of these children. We have 5 children, and baby number 2 died because of the failures of Queensland Health. Baby number 2, he was a boy and we called Florin. He was born in the back of an ambulance. They stood down the helicopter and that basically sealed his fate. If they had airlifted me to Brisbane, he might be alive. They just complained about me screaming in pain. They didn't have the little tiny tubes to put down into his lungs. He died of respiratory distress and I watched him die.
Well, your son?
Yeah, my son. I sort of felt numb. It's a trauma response. The decisions that they made were going to kill him. And when he died, they put me in a room with his corpse in a cold cot, and I didn't want to look at him because every time I looked at him, my mind would play tricks on me and I'd see the baby moving, but I knew he was dead. The hardest thing for me was watching my husband cradling our infant corpse, telling me that I never got to see him alive, I never saw his eyes. The price of those tubes to save our son's life was 50 cents. That's how cheap life is in this region. You're worth nothing.
After hearing that woman's tragic story, I started to realize that there was something else going on that was beneath the surface of this town's rude behaviour. I sought out a local politician from Bundaberg Regional Council who was willing to explain the situation to me in more detail. Alright, who am I here with today?
Ben Artup, I head up Economic Development with Bundaberg Regional Council.
Were you aware that Bundaberg is known to be Australia's rudest city?
It's not true. I can tell you with my hand on my heart, the people are lovely.
Do you think Bundaberg has a high level of unemployment?
Historically, we've had a high rate of unemployment, but that's the lowest level it's been in many, many years, now down to 5%.
What's the Bundaberg government doing to make sure unemployment rates go down?
We're working with our young people into schools to get them exposed to employers so they can go on and find a job in our community.
Do you think any groups in Bundaberg are disadvantaged, or do you think everyone sort of has a good opportunity here?
Whether you're in a lot of money or you're on low income, there's lots of people that live here happily.
We actually met a lady today that was talking to us about the stress that she's under due to her having some special needs kids. A few of her kids have actually died as well. And she was talking about how she feels like the NDIS has let her down. What do you guys sort of say about that?
Well, the NDIS is big here. We have a lot of providers providing really good services in the NDIS space. That's a sad story you've talked about, but I guess like lots of places across Australia, they have examples of things that have happened to people. But in Bundaberg, we're a very caring community.
What do you think are some misconceptions about Bundaberg?
Some misconceptions around who we are and our history.
Especially it being the rudest city, right?
Wrong. Totally wrong. It's come to Bundaberg.
As my time in Bundaberg comes to an end, it was clear that the people of this town are a mixed bag. Like most cities around the world, there are disadvantaged communities everywhere, and government bodies need to be doing more to prioritise these people. However, I knew that ratings like this that crown Bundaberg Australia's rudest city have the ability to be both subjective and also biased. I don't believe that Bundaberg really is Australia's rudest city, and from my own life experience I can tell you that I've met a lot more rude people in my hometown of Sydney. A person's inability to smile, be happy, and treat others with respect often comes down to their own personal circumstances, which is a direct reflection of how they see the world. For those rude people that I met in Bundaberg, I really hope they can find happiness and fulfillment in their lives, as a person's behavior directly affects how they feel about themselves and also the world. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to check out my Patreon, which is linked in the description below, to see extended, uncensored, and unseen clips of my trip to Bundaberg that didn't make the final cut. Comment below which city I should visit next.